Latest figures from the IMF show that China's personal savings rate has become the world's highest. At more than 50%, it's well above the global average of 20%. Experts say the high savings rate could hurt China's economy because it reduces consumption. Han Peng reports.
Every month when Song Xiaoxu gets his paycheck, the first place he goes to is the bank. The 25-year-old saves over half his salary, preparing to pay for something that still hasn't come into shape.
I've worked for 2 years. Now I should be settling down. I'm planning to buy an apartment here when it's built, but it's too expensive for people like me. My whole family, including my grandparents, are all saving money for me for the down payment, and then I'll still have to save money to pay the mortgage.
Song is just one of the over 1 billion Chinese money savers. Housing prices have rocketed up in the past decade, and since last year, under the government's policy to cool down the overheated housing market, the down payment required for an ordinary buyer is now at least 1/3 of the total price. So let me illustrate just how expensive housing has become in some of China's biggest cities. Here, as you can see, this area where I'm now standing, surrounded by this rope, is around 1 square meter. But this 1 square meter in a Beijing apartment like this would cost around 30,000 RMB. However, the average monthly salary for Beijing people is only around 5,000, which means that after working for half a year with no spending at all, you can only afford a place of this big. No wonder people are all saving instead of spending. Latest figures from the IMF shows that China's personal savings have surpassed all the other countries in the world, with an average rate of astonishingly over 50%. The world's average is no more than 20%, and high cost of housing is not the only reason.
The fundamental reason for such high savings is uncertainty about future. Without an adequate social welfare system, many people have to save enough money on their own for their pension and medical expenses. That's especially true for the middle-aged generation, who would otherwise be a major force of consumption. Not only do they have to save money for their elderly parents, they are also worrying about their children's education and health care.
But it's not at all easy for younger generations. Like other young people, Song used to go straight to shopping malls, bars, or movie theaters as soon as he got paid. But now the pressures of life mean his desire to splurge has to come second. The government says it's vital to turn savings into consumption at a time of global economic recession. But improving people's livelihood and sense of security is probably where to start. Han Peng, CCTV, Beijing.